All right, guys, so today we're going to be looking at this route here by Jerry Rice. We're going to talk about how he uses his hips to manipulate a DB and the acceleration out of this break. Again, so you see how he completely turns his body. It's not just a head fake, and he accelerates off this break. So main thing we're going to talk about here is what's a DB watching, right? He's going to be watching my hips. He shouldn't be looking at my eyes. He shouldn't be looking at my feet. He's going to be watching my hips, right? So how we could think of that as a receiver is when I make this post break, he's going out for 3 steps, completely turning his hips, right? Completely leaning his whole entire upper half just to get a little bit of hesitation off this DB because I know exactly where I'm going to go, right? So if I could just give a lean, if I could turn my hips, whether it's just on a violent stick or it's like 3 steps how he takes this route out, if I could just get him to be a little bit off balance, I know I can accelerate out of this break because it's just, if I'm standing next to you and you have your back turned to, like, let's say we're on a track, right? And we're trying to run like 100 meter and I'm facing forward and you're facing the opposite way, who do you think is going to win the track? If we're a similar speed, who do you think is going to win the race? The receiver is going to win the race because he's facing forward. He doesn't have to open up his hips. So same idea. If I could get him leaning to the outside, who do you think is going to win this race if I drive off this break? The receiver is, because he knows he's going to pump his arms. So when we make this break to the post here, I want to pump my arms. You see how fast Rice is coming out of this thing? If we could just get an extra 2 steps off of some hesitation, that's a great job here by turning his hips, fully turning his hips on this route to get this DB leaning to the outside and then accelerate back in. Let's watch it full speed again. Let's come here, a little bit of a lean, rotate your whole body, rotate your hips, pump those arms, and accelerate off this break.